Instagram. I'm here to tell you guys about the Jaden Ivey situation. I'm gonna go straight forward. And a lot of people been saying on the media, oh, he's going through spiritual psychosis, or he's drugged, or he's just losing his mind. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the fact that he doesn't have any type of platform or any type of. He's an NBA player. How he can't share or express his feelings about Jesus Christ or how men and women should live. Everybody has a right to speak, and I feel as though that isn't right. And yeah, I don't mess with that. And I just wanted to tell y'all, Jesus Christ is Lord. The Father is your God. You feel me? Father God. I'm sorry if I said it mixed match wrong. I'm not perfect. I am a sinner, and I completely know that. But I feel like I'm inclined to tell at least people watching me to, you feel me, live like Christ. At least try to live in the image of Christ, because you are, and you're made in the image of Christ. You have the Holy Spirit within us. We just choose to neglect it or walk away from it. And I'm just trying to tell you guys to follow your heart, follow God, follow Jesus. Stay protected. It's a lot of weird shit going on, bro. This is the time. Like, all back then they was talking about, oh, you gotta really. I'm talking about, like, y'all gotta lock in, man. This spiritual shit is really, this shit's really real. I'm telling y'all, none of this shit really matters, bro. None of this shit matters. I ain't gonna lie. We need Jesus. Honestly, we need Jesus. And if that's like, I could have talks where I'm talking about how basically Jesus is you. You feel me? You're made in the image of God. You just gotta get your Christ conscious. Like, it's a whole bunch of. I could go on and on and on, but I'm not. So yeah, that was my clip for that. I'm not gonna stop streaming. I haven't streamed in a while, chat. Hey, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like God kind of opened my eyes and tell me where just trying to get me to see where I stand. And I stand with God. I stand with Jesus Christ, 100%. And I know I'm not. I'm not gonna go on here and rant for y'all. Which I get it. Follow Jesus. He's the one and only, the Omega. Follow Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, chat. Jesus is the only way. I just want to tell y'all now. Jesus is the only way, bro. All that other, like, yo. Hmm, I'm telling you, chat. There's a lot of shit you can't see with your eyes. A lot of things you can't do in the physical. Let me tell y'all. Chat. Follow Jesus Christ. Follow God. There's a lot of things you can't see in the physical. There's a lot of things you can't see in the physical. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can't see in the physical because you don't see with your eyes. You see with your mind. Your eyes your eyes basically see images, and your brain processes what it's supposed to see. Honestly, everything is. Yo, let me. Damn, I'm all over the place. I forgot what I was saying. demonic. Let's see what he say.
Got the late night munchies.
But this is all we have.
Avoid the sad trombonist with Wonder. Mix and match dishes from 20 plus mouthwatering chef-crafted menus in one order.
This nigga was talking shit about. He wasn't talking shit. He was basically saying Steph Curry wasn't really Christian, bro.
What's going on, everybody? So I'm about to show you something, and it just breaks my heart. He came out, and the way that he phrased it was, I hope that he gets the help that he needs. And when I saw that, I said, that seems like a strange thing to say, for him saying something about the LGBTQ that you don't agree with. Like, it seemed kind of extreme. And I'm like, man, something just don't feel right. And I felt like the Holy Spirit wouldn't let me make a video. It's just like, keep watching. And so I kept watching more clips come out. And then I was comparing it to the old clips. And this is what I'll say. I saw a young man come out and say that he's showing all the signs of someone who his drugs were laced, or like, you smoke something and when it's laced, it messes with your mind. I seen this happen to a homeboy of mine in the Army, and he would like go on these rants and then come to find out he had smoked spice, and it messed him up. He was never the same. I'm from Chicago, and if you've ever seen anybody dealing with any kind of mental health illness, all right, there's this look that's in their eyes. There's a way that they speak, and if you're around it enough, you can see it. And so what I'm gonna say, listen, I'm because I know that's the narrative they're gonna try to paint. I already see people doing it, that he's crazy. But I do believe we need to pray for his mind, and I do believe he's doing it. I'm trying to get emotional because I just know what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing. And it breaks my heart, especially when you get to see his clips. I do believe there's spiritual warfare there, and I do believe that the devil is attacking his mind. Now, doctors, they're going to say, hey, this mental health illness, this, but I do believe that there is a form of spiritual warfare. And guess what? Anybody who knows, like, if you live for God and the devil can't get you to, go to sin and can't get you to quit, he's going to attack your mind. And anybody who's really a threat to the devil, they know, and they can tell you like that their mind has been under attack before, because it's part of spiritual warfare. So we're going to pray for him at the end of this video, but I'm going to show you a couple of things. All right. So obviously, I think I showed you this already, right? I commented on the Bulls page. Tiffany Montgomery commented, and Abednego commented. I don't know if they're going to let me, go to any more, Bulls games or something like that. I'm here in Chicago, but I'm going to play this first clip for you so you can just see. And I want you to just make a note, like, listen, and all I'm telling you is I feel that his mind, he's dealing with spiritual warfare, and you're going to see a difference in the way he was talking then and how he's talking now. Okay. And so let me share this screen with you. I'm going to play part of this clip first, then we're going to go back to the beginning.
Love before. I never, child, I just never felt love before. I never, felt what true love felt like. And as I grew up, there were some, traumas that I went through that I don't really, explain to people. But I definitely was sexually abused as a kid. There were some things that I, saw.
Now, let me say this before we get too deep in the video. I mean, you see he's talking with clarity, and you can see his countenance is pretty clear. Now, I've seen a lot of these NBA players, ex-NBA players, they came out, and it reminded me of the movie Life, right, with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, right? Because think about it. You've got all of these NBA players who have had domestic violence cases, sexual assault cases, have done crazy, controversial things. And the NBA is like, hey, where we draw the line, you don't talk about that LGBTQ, we're going to have to get you up out of here, right? It's given that the LGBTQ is the massa, right? And the NBA is just doing the bidding, right? And we don't want no problems with the LGBTQ. And then if you remember that movie Life, yeah, that one guy come out, he said, hey, tell him about the gun line, boss. And it feel like all these ex-NBA players are coming out, and I'm gonna show you the clips, and it's like, he pretty much got what he deserved, right? And it's like, come on, man, like, y'all probably don't want to get canceled either. And it just feels like everybody's bowing down and bending over, for that community. Like, that's how much power they have, even though they're a small percentage of the community. All right, so I do want to acknowledge that, man. I just think it's foul, like how the NBA can have all these, domestic violence, this, that, and it's like, oh, well, we don't. Where we draw the line is when you speak about the LGBTQ. So I just wanted to get that out of the way real quick, and then let's go back into these clips. Now, you see how he's talking and using his words and things like that. I'm going to go to these more recent clips.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ. They proclaim Pride Month and they proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that this man.
The hard truth about the Jaden Ivey situation, bro, is he clearly got laced, bro. Now, if y'all know anybody who's ever gotten laced in life, he's literally showing every sign of it. People don't just randomly lose their minds, go religious crazy, and just stop completely giving a fuck about his whole NBA career. Y'all think that's really because of God and religion? No, he got laced, bro. He's literally losing his mind, bro. Jaden Ivey needs help, bro. Unfortunately, bro, when you get laced, bro, unless you're on medication, bro, your mind will be cooked forever, bro. I personally know people who've got laced, and I've seen this happen before, bro. Now, I hate to see it happen. Jaden Ivey, Indiana product, bro. I'm from Indiana, bro. I hate to see it, bro. But he clearly
What y'all thinking, bro? I don't know if he got leased for real, bro.
obviously got laced, bro. It's no funny stuff going on, no conspiracy theories, bro. He just losing his mind, bro. If y'all ain't never watched somebody truly lose their mind, y'all wouldn't understand. Y'all wouldn't be able to tell. And this is why I'm so heavy on drug prevention, bro. Because when y'all get laced, you're cooked, bro. Your mind is cooked. Imagine actually losing your mind, bro. Like y'all take having your mind, having your mental for granted, bro. That shit could really be gone, bro. Like y'all don't understand, bro. So he probably really going through it mentally. He probably don't even understand. But that's what's going on, bro. So pray for Jaden Ivey, man. I hate to see what's going on with bro, but yeah, bro, you just really hate to see it.
That's why you got Steph Curry, and he not even surrendered. And y'all believe he's a Christian. Y'all believe he's a Christian because he wrote Philippians 4:13. Y'all think he's a Christian.
Notice he's doing this on the plane, and they're saying, put the phones away. So when I saw this clip, I was like, okay, I agree with the Stephen Curry stuff. He's a Christian, but his fruit doesn't really show that. But watch.
But he cursing just like the world.
We are now almost ready to go, so please take your...
Those who are around me, those are my family.
I look at, you might say it's the angle or whatever, but we're looking at multiple videos. There's like a difference, just like in his countenance, and there's a difference in the way that he's speaking. And I'm going to show you the other clips again, and you'll see the difference clear as day.
Family members betraying because of what I spoke, the truth, saying that I'm losing my mind, saying that I'm crazy. These are my own family members.
Now, notice that was another thing that made like that alert go up in my spirit. He's saying his own family is saying that he has, some kind of mental health thing going on. And then he's going to go on to say on live, my wife's, not responding to my messages and things like that. So then when you start putting all of this stuff together, and then the player on the Bulls, Giddy, was like, I hope that he gets the help that he needs. And then the fact that the Bulls just released him, right, without any like maybe corrective training or, like some kind of intervention. And then you're hearing all these things. And I'm like, man, I don't want to say it, but I feel like maybe there's more to it than some of us know.
My blood, man, he's psycho. He's this, he's that. Those are my own household. That's why my wife in here, and she not even texting me.
And you hear somebody in the background trying to get him to stop, like, kind of like, hey, bro, don't do that. Watch.
So, Anthony, I just saw a video. Anthony Edwards had said some derogatory thing to some male doing he had I don't even think it was initially like I can't remember vividly what the situation was, but he called somebody a derogatory word, right? He called them the F word, but like
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. So he was like portraying that that person was gay, basically, right? And so I believe the NBA fined him for it, right? But he said those things, right? And they fined him for it. And so how is it that he said something detrimental?
So he's making his case there, right? But I'm going to go to the other clips that we were playing earlier, and I want you to hear it because it really just grieved me. And it's like I wanted to pray for him. So same thing. This is when he's getting ready to get on the plane. He's saying, "What did I do that was detrimental to the team?" I'll play a little bit, and then I'm going to play the older clips of him talking again.
They said my conduct is detrimental to the team, right? Why didn't they just say we don't agree with his stance on LGBTQ? Why didn't they say that? Well, how is it conduct detrimental?
And that's a very good question that he's asking. They could have just said that, but they're like, we're gonna cut him for conduct detrimental to the team. Now I saw some reports where I saw it here. They said that he told the team doctor something about, let's see, Jesus had healed his knee. Yeah, they posted this on Basketball Forever. I'll probably pull it up here on Instagram. They said the next day he had an MRI and Chicago shut him down for the season.
To the team. What did I do to the team? What did I do to the players? I did nothing but practice with them, play with them, pass the ball to them, good teammate to them. Said good job, good shot. I said
now let's go back to the older clips, right? And he just looks like a different person, his eyes, his countenance. And I just think there's some serious spiritual warfare going on here. But let's listen to a little bit.
With women, to fulfill a certain void. Sleeping with women, to fulfill a certain void in my heart that, as I continue to, just grow as a man, I was trying to fill a void. Slept with women. I tried drinking alcohol. I tried going out to party. Tried to, fit in with the world. Basically,
You could tell right here, he going through right now. He's going through everything right now. He's saying he not fulfilled. You can't have. I mean, bro, he's literally saying what he's going through right now. He's saying he basically don't feel fulfilled in the world, bro. He's going out to parties, fucking hello. He an NBA player getting money, so he fucking with the baddest bitches, nigga. I don't mean to call him you feel me, the baddest women. But yeah, so you could really tell right here he not even fulfilled.
Tried to, dress like other people. I tried to, look like other people. I didn't, necessarily felt love before. And as I, went through college, even in the league, before I, married my wife, we had went through, trials together. I dealt with anger. She had to deal with a lot of anger that I had in my heart. And, that turned into, me somewhat being a abuser. And I'm not saying that was it, but, I there was things that I tried to fill in my heart. There was voids that I tried to fill in. And I'm so grateful for my wife because she's been there for me through thick and thin, like through every bad moment of my. We've been together almost 4 years now. We've been married for almost 2, and she's been there for me through thick and thin.
Oh, you can see there's a difference. It's undeniable, and I believe it's spiritual warfare. I know people are going to say mental health. I know people are going to say drugs. Look at this, man. The NBA is cool with this.
Right, you know.
What's going on, everybody? Today's game day. We have a beautiful game. I get to play the sport I love, and I'm getting my nails done right now. It's a little part of my routine. I love the calmness of it. It's a nice little present moment for me before we get out into the crowd and start warming up and do all that stuff. It's a nice moment for me to just have to myself and something I like to do on game day.
I think this guy was like twerking and stuff on camera, and then people have made a lot of comments about him being from that community. But I was looking at the comments, and some mom was like, "My son has been inspired to paint his nails because of you." You know, and it just, yeah, so you see, he's posting his nails now. Look at how these, this is Nick Young, and I think we're gonna play some clips from Gil's Arena, what they say about what happened to,
You take a stance like that, you're done. It ain't. I'm gonna tell you where you messed up at. It ain't even about the community you was talking about. It's the fact that when that Steph Curry, you're done. You said anything about that man. You said something about Steph Curry. Oh,
I ain't gonna lie, this kind of it gives a little demonic, the way he looks excited, the way I don't know, something's off with him.
yeah. You talk about Steph Curry, you called the golden child, not a Christian? Oh, yeah. God might even do something to you for that.
Sound like a word curse right there.
The God don't play about him. Well, you know that's 6 feet and the best player in the NBA.
It's because people are good at stuff and talented doesn't mean that it's God. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let me rephrase that. God is the one who gives people their talents, give people their gift, but that doesn't mean they're right with God. How many people use their talents and gifts for evil? How many people are talented, gifted, even the church living a double life?
Jaden, Ivey, your best bet now is just be gay. Your best bet is just be gay. Like, the next thing you know, I talk about gays because I'm gay. Just say something like that because you're done. You talked about Steph Curry. Now you just got to get them on your side to come back. You want to come back to the league, you're going to have to do some.
This just sounds demonic to me.
The Collison twin. Yeah. Don't you ever talk about Steph Curry. You know who that is? God done blessed him. The NBA did something to his food on the plane. Y'all. He's just a little messed up. I like it. I believe.
Dealing with depression. Let me put this disclaimer out first. It's hard for me to speak on somebody's health because I'm not a doctor. But from what I think, this is just my humble opinion. He's dealing with depression. He's dealing with some mental health. Dude was on a plane, on a commercial plane, wilding out, talking to his phone. The other thing, the LGBTQ, like, leave them people alone. We live in a free country. I get it. Freedom of speech is one of our amendment rights. It's not freedom of speech. Hong, say nigga. If we live for the freedom of speech, say nigga.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Exactly. So there's no freedom of speech, right? So at the end of the day, you just can't say what you want to say. You are an employee to a company, the NBA, which will always protect its image. NBA will always come first. No player is above the NBA. If Michael Jordan was never above the NBA, the greatest player in the world is not above the NBA. As soon as you put that video, I don't even think it was 24 hours. Boom, you gone. We don't need that. We don't want a community going against the NBA. And that community, the LGBTQ community, pretty large.
Chat, what I don't understand is that we've been around this. We've seen these stories. We've seen these things happen. Like, I had a teammate, I'm not even going to speak his name. He walked out the game. Like, literally called a timeout and he walked to the locker room. I can't do this no more. He mentally couldn't deal with the pressure of playing in the NBA no more and went back overseas.
No, that's real.
So you never know what people are going through in their life, no matter what it is. I wish young fella the best. I hope whatever his calling is in life, he does that and he's happy if he wants to still play basketball.
Has enough money saved up.
NBA don't play around.
You're a part of it.
Jersey on.
Yeah.
I didn't have a jersey on.
Yeah, let's go.
Saying what I
wanted to play this.
Passport or not, but it's over with, fam. You can play it overseas, fam. Get your passport ready, fam. Your stamp game ready. Your stamp game gonna be crazy. You ain't coming back to the States and play ball.
I'm saying what I feel, and you're telling me to.
Alone though? What? That don't even make sense. He can't come back because he said, bro, what?
No, I'm just saying you're not gonna talk with this jersey on.
Yeah.
I didn't have a jersey on. You're not gonna have it on.
You're a part of
you can wear your regular clothes and do that.
You can talk now all you want.
You can say everything you want to.
Okay.
So remember what they did to
Tebow.
Nobody gonna police it.
His career cut short.
Because he wasn't no good.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
He cut short because he was preaching about Jesus.
Nah.